Hey guys, and welcome back to the Boulder Side of Wellness. I'm Lisa Barrows.
And I'm Ashley Palmer.
Make sure you're following us on Instagram at the Boulder Side of Wellness. You can follow me at Honestly Lisa B.
Or me at Ashley Palmer Fit.
And then if you're watching this means you're on YouTube, so make sure you subscribe. You can get notifications for new videos, or check out our website at thebouldersideofwellness.com. So, how are ya?
I'm good. I'm just looking at myself. I got a spray tan, so I look like, I don't even know. My teeth look so white. They're not actually this white.
She looks great.
But things are good.
Yeah.
I can't really complain. I have a therapist.
Yeah.
I have a therapist.
You do?
Guys, I have a therapist. So life
this
is
is
good.
the first I've heard of this. I'm excited.
This is good.
Oh, I love that. I'm still working on scheduling with one. I don't do well with telehealth.
I like that.
Oh, I don't get honest. I hold back. Whereas at least I need to do video. I can't do a phone call because I need somebody to look at me and be like, you're not saying everything.
But then I know if I'm cheating myself and I'm paying this money for it, I gotta open up.
Fair. That's actually something I have been looking for just because life is stressful, 3 kids in my house, work a lot, life, parents, everything.
Yeah.
So
I tell everyone else to get one and I don't. So it's time to listen to my own advice.
That whole practice what you preach thing that we talk about.
So I gotta really actually do that.
Yeah. Awesome. That makes me so happy. I love that for you. No, I'll do that, I guess.
Yeah.
But speaking of taking care of yourself, a huge theme with us often, it's funny, I was listening to our podcast with the KG podcast this morning, is talking about taking care of yourself so you can take care of others. Mm-hmm. And we're so lucky to talk to practitioners and all this stuff who help us do that, but they can't do our jobs. We can't do our jobs as trainers, wellness coaches, all that, if we don't go do it, if we don't show up for the appointment or whatever. And a lot of people think that self-care is selfish.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big stigma.
At all.
So
please take care of yourself.
Right, and there's so many ways to do that. I think that's one thing is self-care is not one fits all. Mm-hmm. My self-care, Ashley and I are pretty similar personality-wise, so we have similar self-care, but not for everybody. So for some people, it's going to be just taking a walk. For some people, it's a workout. That's a big one for us. Mm-hmm. I love to cook. I get really into it. So that for me is some self-care time. Definitely. But there's that other self-care where you should go to a professional for that. So we are lucky enough today to talk to Rebecca. She actually just opened up her spa in Plymouth at the Image Studio. Mm-hmm. It's called Laura Cell. And she is a new esthetician in the area who is just super passionate about what she does. Is building up her clientele there, so we get to hear all about that today.
Yeah, I'm excited.
All right, guys, I want to welcome our guest. This is Rebecca. She is at Laura Cell Beauty, and I'm going to let her talk about kind of what they do, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, so I am the owner and licensed esthetician of Laura Cell Beauty. I offer facials, body treatments, and waxing. I have a spa suite that's located inside of Image Studios in Plymouth. I tell everyone it's right behind the Chick-fil-A if they don't know where it is. It's a fairly new building, so yeah.
Well, everybody knows where Chick-fil-A is, so that's a good one.
Yeah.
So, owning your own salon, how did you get to this point?
Yeah, so actually, I'm a new esthetician. I just graduated in February.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I went to school for a whole year at Spa Tech, which is right up the street from here. Yeah. And I graduated and had a baby all in the same week.
Wow.
So,
okay.
Yep, and then I took, my little maternity leave, got my license, and yeah, I was like, I don't really want to work for anyone. I kind of just want to do this by myself. And so,
girl boss.
Yeah, just went for it.
That is awesome. So in your suite, is it just you, or it's all you?
Just me.
Small business at its finest right there.
Exactly.
Okay. And how's it going so far?
It's going really well. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I've gained a lot of traction since I started, and it's only been a couple of months, so.
Right.
And I do feel as well the summer and start of the school year is a little bit slower in my business because just everyone's so busy with the summer, and then they're like in the rush to like start school and everything, and so, but now that it's fall, I'm just really starting to pick up, and it's like starting to get into peel season. I'm like super excited about that, chemical peels. So.
Yeah, I think that's so true. People like want to live their lives in the summer and like maybe do like a little things for themselves. But even in the club, we see a big downtick, and then September's slow because it's like the month to get back to where you need to get,
Get the kids
and
back to
then
school.
October revs up again. So out of the services that you provide, like what is the one that you enjoy doing the most?
I mean, my favorite, even all through school, was just giving the best like customized facial. So every facial that I give is like custom to every person. Like even depending if it's the same person coming in for a treatment like a few weeks later, it's probably going to be different than the one that we did a few weeks ago. It just depends on like what your skin needs that day, and I totally am all about like the relaxation and comfort, and that's my favorite thing to do.
I'm sure your place is probably like very, like I got a spray tan yesterday, and the place that like I got it done at is very like soothing and relaxing. So do you incorporate those kind of things into like what, like where you are? Yeah, so I do aromatherapy. I always ask people though before they come in, like, are you sensitive to like essential oils things? Because a lot of people are, but I have the aromatherapy going most of the time. This really relaxing music that I also play for my babies to get them to go to sleep. It's really relaxing. I turn the lights down really low, and it's just like when people fall asleep on my table, it's like the biggest compliment to me. I'm like, please fall asleep. Like, take this time for you. You know.
My best massages are the ones where I was like, oh my god, I was just asleep. But never felt better after. So it's so true. And we talked with a massage therapist before, but kind of that same idea, like that time is like your nothing time, your relaxation time. And in a facial, it's the same thing. So have you ever gotten a facial?
Way back when.
So like, talk a little bit about like what you're looking for. So I've gotten one in my life. I feel like a lot of people, including myself, like neglect that part of it, and not that I'm old, but I'm 37, so it's like my skin I gotta start thinking about more. So talk a little bit about that.
So your skin, your skin, you have the same skin starting from like when you're a baby, like growing up. Anything like that's damaging to your skin, growing up, sunburns, everything like that is gonna start showing when you get older. Like sun damage, external aging factors, those are all things that slowly build up as we age, and that they all contribute to aging. So, aging doesn't happen overnight. And once people start noticing the signs of aging, that's when they come to me, and I'm like, it's gonna take a while to like fix this. But, definitely there's a lot of different things that we can do. So I always say 80% is what you do at home, and 20% is like what you're doing when you come to see me. So it's all about what you do at home, and not a lot of people like to hear that, but I'm like, it's true. And the products that you use, I have a couple different product lines that I carry, so there's something for everyone. Like I carry one that's like a little bit more like natural, and then I carry one that's like more, not so natural, I would say, but being an esthetician, you do realize like organic and natural doesn't necessarily mean better when it comes to your skin. Like if you want the results that you're looking for, you gotta like do some stuff. So.
They gotta figure that out somehow to figure that out for you too. So
but the brand, I will say that being said, the brands that I do use, they do require like 90% of their ingredients are sourced naturally. So it's not like I'm like promoting like throw straight up chemicals on your face. It's like, dude, you're done. No, but
it's interesting that you said like the 80-20, because like that's how it is for anything. Like we're trainers, we're coaches. Maybe it's a little more, not like 80-20, but maybe it's a little different, but you can do so much at the gym, but what's happening outside? Are you eating healthy? Are you, taking care of yourself? Whether that is, going to get a facial or going for a walk, whatever it is. What are you doing outside of the gym? Because a lot of people go, I'm not seeing results, yada, yada, yada. And it's like, okay, well, let's take a step back. What are you doing outside from here?
Right. Our hour together is great, but it's gotta be everything else.
It's 24 hours in the day. So what else are you doing?
Yeah. And I mean, it's the same thing with skincare too. There's so many like external factors and internal factors that go into it. Like there could be a hormone imbalance going on that's like causing your face to break out. I know both times when I was pregnant, I broke out the worst in my entire life. Right. And when you're pregnant, there's not a lot that you can use that's safe to use during pregnancy. And I'm also like very familiar with that because I was in school the whole time I was pregnant. I was in school, so I'm very familiar with like what you can and can't do when you're pregnant, and what ingredients you should avoid and what ingredients are good. Right. But it could be a hormone imbalance. It could be other things that you're doing in your diet, and stuff like that can go into that. And that's kind of when what I'm doing isn't showing any results. That's when I'm kind of like, okay, I think you need to go see a doctor and figure out what's like going on. Right. Or even like a dermatologist. I think everyone should have a dermatologist.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. Well, it's like little things like, do you wear sunscreen? Like that's such a
that is the hugest thing.
Like people don't realize how much the sun impacts your skin. And actually, it was like 30, and I was at a bar, and the lady was like, "Can you start moisturizing your 30? And it has to have sunscreen." I was like, "Okay." But since that day, I have, because she scared me. Yeah. But like that little thing is so big.
Yeah. Yeah. It's huge. Yeah, and sunscreen. I mean, it should be reapplied like every 2 hours. Right. Like, and a lot of people are like, well, I don't want to like mess up my makeup or like whatever. Like,
I want to get a tan.
And the people who like want to get a tan, I mean, spray tanning is like perfect for the people.
And you can still get tan with sunscreen. I wear sunscreen every single time I go to the beach, and I still have tan lines.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean,
like I don't wear like 80%, but I don't get burnt off 30 or 50. So it's like
there's not a huge difference of sun protection. The difference in SPF, and a lot of people don't realize that. Like when you go from like SPF 15 to SPF 30 and above, it's really not that big of a jump. Like SPF 15 is still giving you 93% coverage, protection from the sun. When you go up to 30, it's like 94%. It's not like you're going from like,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that 100% is,
some people are like, oh, I'm putting on like SPF 80 and like, I still got burned. I'm like, yeah, because you only applied it once. Right. And like thought you were good for the day,
Yeah, it doesn't stay forever.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. I think that's awesome that you obviously were going through spa school when you were pregnant too, because I think getting a pregnant client, like they may not feel great right then. So if you can give them a good experience where they feel safe, like that's I'm sure I've never had a baby, but that's a stressful time. Like you're carrying a human. Yeah. So no, that's kind of awesome.
Do you get any males?
I haven't yet. No.
Okay.
I haven't yet.
Yeah. So
my husband won't even come in.
Really? Oh, guys, like first of all, facials are great.
Yeah.
Like, they're so relaxing.
They really are.
But there's no reason. It doesn't have to be a feminine thing.
And, right. And even if a guy doesn't want a facial, like I always say, like get a back facial. A lot of people that's like an ignored part of your body. Right. And a lot of people tend to break out there because like sweat, whatever. You can't
especially
even
guys,
reach back there.
Yeah.
I do back facials. So you literally, I call it like a glorified back massage, but really, I'm working on the skin, but you also get like a really nice massage.
Oh, it feels good just have your back rubbed, so never mind.
Yeah. Okay. And I do any like extractions. I feel like I love to do that. So.
Right. I feel like the males are still like worried about the stigma. Like if I get like, you can get a pedicure with no pain. And it's the best thing ever. So why not take care of your skin?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of those things that I wish they would feel more comfortable branching into because it's good for you. It's not just to do it to have a spa day.
Yeah.
What do you think is your most popular service you do right now?
So I've been doing just a lot of customized facials and actually the cellulite treatment. Okay. That's one of the body treatments that I offer as a cellulite reducing treatment. I do lymphatic massage during it as well. Okay. A lot of people have been coming in for that too.
Okay. So talk a little about that. How does that work?
Yeah. So basically, I mean, you can't get rid of cellulite.
Right.
You can't. But there are certain things that you can do to reduce the appearance. So, like, a lot of people, like, when it was the summer, they were doing it because, you know, sun's out, buns out.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I start off with, you know, just cleansing I do your entire legs and booty. So,
Okay.
yeah. We cleanse it all, hot towels. Then I do really nice exfoliation to really get in there, and I do massage during that as well. The exfoliant that I use is honestly my favorite exfoliant ever. Do you know, like, Sleepy Time tea?
Yeah.
Yes.
It literally smells like Sleepy Time tea, and it's like my favorite. I use it at home like every day because I'm just like, I love this. And yeah, so then I do the exfoliation, and then I do the lymphatic massage, and then I do a regular massage. And I put on this like special cellulite cream. It's a corrective cream, and it has like warming actives, and a lot of people's skin will just go like really red from this, and that means that it's working.
Okay.
And it does go away fairly quickly. But yeah, your skin will get like red and feel like warm, but that just means it's like really
Like bring the blood to
really
the surface.
working.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
And we put that on, and then I put a tightening agent over that, and it just kind of like everything up. And once that sets, I take it all off and then finish with a really nice just moisturizer.
Gotcha. Okay. That's
How long is that service? Like an hour?
An hour.
Okay. All right. So are most of your services an hour?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My customized facial, it's an hour and a half altogether. The facial itself is an hour, but
Okay.
I take half an hour, like 25 minutes really, to do a consultation, and if it's a returning client, we go over everything that they're doing at home, like product education, skincare routines, everything like that. We just go over everything.
Well, and that's the perk of being in business with yourself, because you don't have somebody like get client in, get client out. Like you can take that time to do that.
Yeah.
We've talked to a few people who, like a physical therapist who went into practice for herself for that reason too. She wanted an hour and a half consult, whereas maybe in other situations it's 45 minutes and see 2 patients at once.
Oh yeah.
So that's really interesting. And you said you did lashes too?
No, there's a person in the building.
Oh, she does lashes. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say that's a super popular thing right now too.
Yeah, a lot of people are. I've never had my lashes.
Yeah,
done,
me
but,
either.
It's very expensive.
Yeah.
It is very
good.
Yeah,
for
and you gotta
whoever.
go like every couple weeks to
Right.
like, get it filled, and I'm just like, I can't sit still for that long.
No, me, oh god no.
Like nothing else going on, you know?
Right. So what made you want to get into this?
So I've always had like a huge passion for skincare and self-care, honestly.
Awesome.
Growing up, I definitely like struggled with acne, like teenage years, whatever, and like, I'm just gonna tell everyone right now, like, please stop using the St. Ives apricot scrub. Like, please, coming from like all estheticians,
Right.
like, just stop using that. It's so bad for your skin, like causes like micro tears and all sorts of things. And really, like, since I started, going to school, I've been trying to like correct like all the damage that I've done to my skin over the years, because I mean, when you're young and you don't know, like, you just like
We saw a
go
commercial.
on,
Yeah.
you saw a commercial
This is pretty.
or like whatever, like
Yeah.
now that there's like Facebook and Instagram, you see whatever, like, oh, like just put some like lemon juice on your face. Like, no, that's
Oh
not
my
gonna do
gosh,
it. Like,
yes.
please no, stop listening like to anyone other than like, if you see an esthetician, listen to them.
Right. Okay.
So I've always had like a passion for skincare, and like anyone who's ever seen my bathroom closet, like, it really should be like filled with like towels and things like that. It's like just rows of products, and I'm like, oh yeah, like I use this for this and blah blah. Yeah.
Awesome.
It's insane. My husband is like, can we use this for something else? I'm like, no.
Oh, I need all of these.
Yeah. He's also a purpose.
That's awesome. And then, so we actually work with Spa Tech a good amount too. A lot of our therapists will come from there for massage and stuff, but that's a great school. They do a ton of stuff in there. More than people know. Like, I think they just thought it was a massage school for so long too.
Yeah, no, they do aesthetics, they do polarity. I don't really know a lot about the polarity, but it has to do with energy and healing. So.
Right. Yeah, actually one of our therapists, he just recently graduated from there too.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's awesome. But I love this. So I think a lot of people, when it comes to self-care, one, we talk about this all the time, they put themselves last. They take care of everybody else. But two, like, they feel selfish. And, like, until recently, myself included, I'd be like, oh, I can't go get the massage because we need to do something else. Or I can't go take care of myself. But, like, it is so important.
Very important.
Like,
yeah.
you're all you have. We probably say that once a podcast.
Yeah.
But it is so true. So, like, what would you want to tell people about, like, booking or, like, doing this stuff for you yourself?
So, honestly, like, it's a couple hours of your time, you know, with driving and everything like that. It's a couple hours, and it's really all about you. Self-care, if you can't fill your own cup, like, how are you gonna help others? And especially if you're a mom, like, and you have little ones at home, and
right,
you have to, like, have a certain level of patience when it comes to that. But, like, yeah, filling your cup so that you can fill theirs is, like, super important.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm a new mom. My oldest is 2.5, so I'm really still, like, learning how to do that myself. But, whatever it is that you do, it doesn't have to be a facial or a massage or anything like that. Like, go take a walk by yourself somewhere, or I don't know, just do something for you.
Yeah.
Go out shopping, shop therapy. I'm a shopaholic.
It's okay.
Get your hair done. All that stuff is self-care.
Right. Oh, I 100% agree. So, kind of non-traditionally, my boyfriend has 3 kids who live with us 50, 75, depending on the week. And that's one thing I've had to learn, because it's been the last 8 months, is like, at first I was like all in, dive in, and then like, I need to go for a run. I need to get out. I need to do that stuff for myself, because it's a lot, especially being a parent. Like, it's a lot. There's rides here and all this, and it's 3 boys, and like physically taking them away from each other and all of that fun stuff.
Absolutely.
But also, I think a lot of people get on the financial part of it. Mm-hmm. They're like, oh, that's a luxury and all of that. But what I've like changed my mindset of with this is like, you're actually investing in yourself. And like,
you really are.
If I go to Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks or everything else that I put money into, like, this is a better investment. So maybe like take the coffee from home and do that and save up that money for it.
Yeah, I think it comes down to what are your priorities too.
Right.
Like, if you're not prioritizing yourself, you're not going to go get a facial, you're not going to go get your nails done, you're not going to go for a walk or whatever it is. So you have to start to prioritize yourself. I think that's where it starts to change.
Yeah, 100%. It definitely is. I had a mom come in recently, and she's a mom of 3, and she gets her lashes done every couple of weeks, and this was her first appointment with me. And she was like, you know what? She's like, if I can like keep up with my lashes every couple of weeks and everything else that I do, she's like, I'm totally coming to see you every 4 weeks. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, she loved it. So
yeah. Oh, and that's her time. It's the quiet time. Like, that's amazing. Like, taking an hour just like to not think or think as little as possible is wonderful.
Yeah.
Right.
And a lot of people will take that hour. I mean, I am totally fine with like doing it in silence.
Mm-hmm.
I will let you know like if something's coming. I don't like people to be like startled by anything ever. So I'm like, oh, like here comes a hot towel, like so they're just like but or if something's cool is coming onto their face, I always just like let them know. But if they want to just like take that hour to just have a vent session, do it. Like, I don't mind.
Right.
That's what happens when you're clientele-based.
Yeah, we talk about this a lot too. I feel like everybody who's clientele-based, if you're alone with somebody for an hour, you're like a little bit of a therapist. Yeah. And maybe that therapy is you just needed to make them feel good, and maybe they needed to tell this stranger a lot about their life.
Yeah, and that's totally fine. Like, you take that hour that you're on my table, do what you want with it.
Right. And that's a testament to you that you're making them that comfortable. Because I'm sure you've gotten some really personal stuff that you didn't expect to hear, as we do in the fitness realm as well. All of a sudden I'm like, oh, we're diving in, let's go for it. Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
So, awesome.
Absolutely.
I think there's a huge thing of when you feel like you look good, it affects everything else. Like,
Yeah.
even that fake it till you make it. Like, I know if I'm having like a high anxiety morning, if I shower, if I put on makeup and I put myself together a little bit, it's like, all right, this is a little bit better. And then it builds from there. I
Yeah.
think that's huge, is when you look good. When you feel like you look good, you start to feel better.
Yeah.
Look good, feel good.
Yeah.
I just got a spray tan, feel great.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another mom friend of mine actually gave me the best piece of advice after I had my baby 7 months ago. And she said, you know, even if, because I really didn't have the time to take the time for myself, those
Right.
first like few months, it's really just like focusing on that newborn and
Oh,
like
yeah.
integrating, you know, her into the toddler's world, and
Oh, yeah.
it's a lot. But so I really didn't have time for myself, and I was telling her, I'm like, I just like don't know what to do, and she's like, you know what I do, because she has like 6 kids, and
Right.
she's like, at the end of the day, I take the longest shower of my life and just really do like the whole routine. You know, I do it all. I do full exfoliation, just everything that, whatever it means to you for like self-care, body care,
Right.
do it all. You know, like
Right.
I really just like take the time for yourself. And you know what, I literally that night I went home and I did it. I was like, oh my god, like
Best thing ever.
now when they're all asleep, I'm like, this is mommy's time. Like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna do this. I'm gonna go like maybe watch a show on Netflix, and that's that. Or like when I'm in the shower too, I listen to podcasts.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Oh, it's so important. So for me, it's I wake up before everybody in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
20 minutes of like, don't talk to me. I'm gonna enjoy a really good cup of coffee and just like be and do the world. But like it's so important. And then once you can get to the point where you can go and like do the other stuff for your body, like, cause we work out a lot, like we need to take care of our bodies.
Yeah.
Like, well, everybody should, but
Mhm.
so like prioritizing that stuff once you can get to that. But it is the like taking care of yourself first is so important, because you obviously want to be a good business owner
Mhm.
and a good mom.
Yeah.
And you, if you're not firing at 100, like,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can't be 100 for yourself, you can't be 100 for your clients.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Oh,
They
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially that new mom phase too, like where you're just like, I don't know if I'll take a shower today.
Yeah.
My sister
Yeah.
used to call me and be like, can you come over for 25 minutes? And I was
Just so
like,
that
you
you
live
can
45 minutes
shower.
away, I'm staying for the day.
Yeah.
But like, yes.
Just so I can shower. It's
Right.
like honestly like the best gift ever to like a new mom.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'll come over to watch a baby so you can shower.
Right.
Because everyone knows, like, you know, they could take like a long nap or whatever and you don't shower during that time. But if you do try to shower during that time, that's when you decide to scream.
Right.
And it's
Exactly.
just interrupted, you know?
Oh yeah, and I would always, no problem snuggling the newborn, you go shower.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I think guys feel like maybe in this situation too, like they can't take that time for themselves, or they don't think of like ways they could take time for themselves. It's
Yeah.
not just having a beer at the end of the night. Maybe it's, you know, getting out, getting a pedicure, getting a facial, getting a massage.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
amazing.
not as feminine as
No.
they would think.
I love when I see guys taking my class. I'm like, yes.
Right. Yeah. Oh, I love when I see guys getting a pedicure. It's like
Yeah.
these big red guys like, yeah, it feels great. What are you talking about? Like,
Yeah.
why
No,
wouldn't
that's
it be?
awesome. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so you've been open now, sorry, for how many months?
2 months.
2 months.
Yeah.
So you can go to baby there too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And where, like, what's kind of your plans for the business? I know it's very new and you're just going
Yeah.
right now, but.
So I'm not from Plymouth.
Okay.
I'm actually from the Cape. I'm from Hyannis, but
Okay.
I didn't want to like open up anywhere on the Cape. I just really wanted to get over that bridge, and
Get it?
you know,
I live
there's
near the
so
Bar
much
Bridge,
more,
I get it.
so much more reach.
Right.
Yeah.
But I really, you know, want to get involved a lot more with local businesses, other
Okay.
local businesses. I'm huge about community. You know, even though I didn't open up on the Cape, I still, you know, support a lot of local businesses there, and I go to the local fest. Like, it's coming up this Sunday. I'm going, but I'm just really trying to, you know, open that communication with other local businesses and meet them and introduce myself and, you know, just put myself out there, because I
awesome.
really just want to meet like all the local businesses and see what they're about, and
Yeah.
because now I'm a part of the Plymouth community too, so
Right.
Yeah,
I'm really
networking
just
is
like
key,
diving
too.
in, and I'm like, yeah.
Right.
And also working with a lot of like local like fundraisers and charities. I've been working a lot with those. There was one for like skin cancer because, you know, if you're not wearing your sunscreen, it's gonna lead to
So
skin
much more
cancer.
common than people think.
Yeah. So I worked with, you know, a skin cancer, you know, organization, and recently I, you know, got in touch with Together We Eat. I really just got in touch with them this week, but I think it's maybe a teacher from one of the Plymouth high schools who's organizing it, but they're,
Very cool.
you know, all donations are going to an eating disorder clinic locally.
Love that.
And yeah, they're coming up with like a recipe book, so I am doing like a recipe for them. So I'm gonna do like cottage cheese toast a couple different ways. It's like my favorite thing, honestly, and it's like so quick and easy.
Right.
And it's so good. I don't know if you've ever had cottage cheese toast, but it's like the new avocado toast.
That's
It's
good protein in there. Yeah.
It's wicked good. Yeah.
Awesome.
And like most of the time I don't have time to eat anything else, so it's
Right.
usually like cottage
Yeah.
cheese toast.
whatever. Yeah, nice and quick.
But it's like super healthy, so
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
I love that. That's awesome. And Plymouth is such a big small town.
Yeah.
Like if you go downtown, it's not chains, it's small businesses and all of
There's
those.
so many hidden
Yeah.
ones too.
So yeah,
There are a
I'm
lot.
actually thinking of people I think you should talk to
Yeah,
about
me too.
that we'll
Yeah,
talk about
please,
after.
please.
But yeah, and I love that we had the owner of Villa on.
I did listen to
Yeah,
it.
so she's wonderful, but she partners with people and did like one with a small florist, and that's
Yeah, Mother's Day.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's a great idea. I know we also are good friends with the owner of Food Court who likes to partner with other things. So
Yeah.
and it's that type of town, which is great.
Yeah, I
So-
mean, I went to the Plymouth Waterfront Festival.
Mhm.
Image Studios had a booth there, so I went there to, you know, promote myself, but I also like took a good like hour and a half out of
Right.
the entire day that I was there, and I went to every single booth, and I was just like introducing myself and seeing what other people were about,
Right.
and, you know, really starting those connections, and it was really cool.
Right.
It's very similar to the Love Local Fest we have on the Cape, so
Yeah.
I was like, this is so cool,
Yeah.
but like much bigger.
Right.
I
I was
was
gonna
like,
say
wow,
mine
this
is
is
like a
huge.
small
Yeah.
version.
Yeah, it's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
I
Right.
went downtown that day and no parking.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
unreal.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So we can find you in the Image Studio. What about your social media for your?
So social media, it's at Laura Cell Beauty. You're not gonna be able to spell it. So it's at LUEUR.DE.SEL.beauty. So
Okay.
yeah, it's in
We'll
French.
post it
It
too.
means- yeah, it's in French. It means salt glow.
Okay.
So salt glow beauty.
So how'd you get to that name?
Yeah, so honestly, I wanted something unique. I wanted something that nobody else had this name.
Mhm.
So, because I have big plans for my future. So I wanted this name from the beginning. There was a lot of names that I went through to get to Lauren Cell Beauty, because there's just so many names out there.
And it's like a lot of pressure. Because that's what people know.
Yeah,
Exactly, exactly.
So you're known by the name of your company.
Exactly, yep. And I mean the legality of it too.
Yes.
You really can't have a name like someone else's. But yeah, so I finally landed on that. I mean, salt, it's like the ocean.
Yeah.
And glow, that's what I'm all about, honestly,
Right.
making you glow on the outside.
Yeah, you are glowing right
You
now.
are.
I know.
Yeah.
Thank
I love
you.
it. It's one of our most fun things when we talk to people is they start talking about what they do and the passion's beaming out of you,
Yeah.
which
Thank
is
you.
awesome.
Thank you. Honestly, yeah.
Awesome. All right. So, anything else that you would want to tell people about your business, about what you do?
Oh yeah. So just touching back on the
Yeah.
foundations and things. Next month, October, is Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Mhm.
I have a neighbor who is going through that right now, and the whole month, half of what I make is going to go towards her. So doing a little thing for her and breast cancer, because it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So,
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Can you do any outside donations as well for that?
Yeah. So I also do gift cards. So even
Okay.
gift card purchases are going to be
Awesome.
to that. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else about your business you want to share with our viewership?
No. Come
Awesome.
see me. I'll give you the best facial of your life.
Awesome. All right. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Rebecca.
Thank you.
Thank you.
much for listening today. Rebecca was awesome. Wouldn't believe that was our first time meeting her.
Yeah, super passionate and very confident in herself.
Especially like 2 months in.
Yeah.
Like I think when I first started here, I definitely was not at that confidence level in 2 months. Mm-mm. So I think that's fantastic. I love seeing Girl Boss, a mom of 2, like doing it on her own, like literally the smallest business possible, 1 person.
Yeah, super cool.
That was awesome. So, you know, if you're looking for a gift, like Christmas is coming up and all of that, like she is doing an awesome fundraiser with breast cancer. Gift cards to a spa. Great gift for anybody, male,
girlfriend,
female. It's okay to get a facial. So definitely look at that. Follow her on her socials. She's doing awesome stuff and she's looking to connect with local professionals. So if you're interested in doing a fun collab, absolutely reach out to her. Thank you guys so much again. Make sure you're following us on Instagram for all your updates and everything at the Boulder Side of Wellness. Check out our website, bouldersideofwellness.com, or make sure you're subscribing on Spotify, Apple, or YouTube. And then you can follow Ashley on Instagram.
At Ashley Palmer Fit.
I never make her go first. She'd expect that. And you can follow me at Honestly Lisa B. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.